Clyde. Are you ready to play catch?
Yes, I'm ready.
You did it, Clyde. Good catch.
When you want to create a new video, either for yourself, your company, or a client maybe, I recommend creating a scene with the fonts, colors, and logos that you want to use in that video. If you do this, your early selections will place themselves in quick access. From here you have quick access to them for the rest of your video creation process. You can also see this scene as kind of a toolbox where you can jump back and forth to this scene whenever you want to reuse some elements or pick a color from the first scene you created. If your company or the client you are creating for has a design guide or brand manual, this should be the point of departure in this first scene. If you don't have a brand manual and you are choosing your colors yourself, I recommend 1 or 2 primary colors and 3 to 5 secondary colors. Make sure that the colors harmonize, that they fit together. There's actually something called color theory. If you want to learn a little bit about color theory, I've put a link in the lecture notes. There are a lot of really cool tools out there for creating color palettes for you. Just Google color palette tool. Just choose one, have it generate a cool color palette, and use that in your video.
Hi, this is Matthew Dyer with another GoAnimate tutorial video. In this video, we're going to explore some creative ways that you can use the shape prop. I have 3 examples to show. For each example, I will explain how the shape is being used and go into some detail on how I made the animation. If you'd like to know more, feel free to head over to the main community page. The first shape that we'll talk about is squares. I have used squares as a way to highlight certain items in a video. For example, if you are teaching a class, you can use the squares to show the elements that make up a compound, like hydrogen and oxygen combined to form water, or sodium chloride makes salt. By using the square as a backdrop, it focuses the user's attention to the element on the screen. For this animation, I have squares enter using a slide motion, and put a short delay of 0.5 seconds on them. Another example for using the square shape is to provide a backdrop for text on the screen. For this part of the video, I used the squares to show the different safety checks to perform when moving a pallet of boxes. By using the squares, it really helps highlight the text on the screen. Also, it's a way to go beyond just using bullet points or number lists. For the animations on the screen, I use split horizontal for the squares, typing for the text, and hand slide to bring the other objects onto the screen. I think it's a creative way to show steps, stages, or different parts to a training program. In this next example, I used the triangle shape prop. I've used the triangle shape prop in different videos to show conversations between different characters. This can be a simple and quick way to show different characters without having to make a completely different scene, or to show that they are in different locations from the person talking. In the example here, you can see that the person in the office is talking with some other characters. For the scene, it wasn't important to create a complete background for the other characters, so I used the triangle shape. In this way, I'm able to split the screen into a conversation between a total of 5 different people. In the last animation, I'm using the circle shape. For this scene, I'm using the circle shape as a way to show a step-by-step list. Then I use the penguin to move in between the different points. The animations I used was the whiteboard animation for the path, and then bright squares for the circles. For the movement of the penguin, I used the movement animation and had it last for the duration of the scene. By using the shape prop, I was able to highlight shapes or text on the screen, draw the user's attention to what was being described in the video, also add another layer to the video to make it more complete. These are just some simple ways to make your video a bit better using animations and props provided by GoAnimate.